Hey y'all, land editor here. Hadn't posted in a while, but I'm out cleaning up some property, got a fire pile going. So I got a little time watching this fire burn down before I got to restack it, and I wanted to come to y'all and do a little video about this fence here I built, specifically the materials I used from Old South Wood Preserving and why I use their materials specifically. Number one, one of the biggest factors, Old South Wood Preserving, their specialty is in the preserving of the wood, the treatment, but they also cut the lumber, mill the stuff all in-house. Maybe not the fence boards, but they do their own posts, these milled perfect posts you see. But I can get all my post boards, every wood material that I need for a fence, I can get straight from them. So I'm dealing with one company, which is a huge plus. But I want to go through and actually show you in detail on this fence, specifically what it is about their material that is so critical when it comes to fence building and the quality of the product that you deliver the customer, or even if you're building your own fence, the quality of the product that you're going to deliver to yourself. Fencing is very expensive. Material is very expensive. So buy once, cry once. If you spend all your hard time, labor, money building a project out with inferior materials because you tried to save a few dollars on the front end, you're going to waste money across the entire project because it's not going to last, it's not going to turn out right, it's not going to be built right, it's not going to be sturdy, it's not going to be designed to last. So you just wind up, you might save some money on the materials in the front end and feel good about yourself, but over the abbreviated life of that fence, you're going to kick yourself multiple times realizing that you wasted. So let's look in depth at some of these materials. The materials we used on this job are their 5-inch milled perfect posts, 7 foot long, and the 1x6x14 fence boards. So let's flip this camera around and we'll walk down this fence and I'll show you some stuff. All right, so here's the fence here. The first thing I kind of want you to take notice of and look down this fence is just how incredibly uniform all of these boards look. When I first started out, I was buying posts at like just the local farm and ranch stores, which there's nothing wrong with that. And I was getting my boards there too. Now, their posts came from gosh knows wherever, just whoever could deliver the fastest, whoever had them in stock, and for the most part, same thing with the board. So you kind of never knew what you were getting when you go in there. So I would have boards that would be different thicknesses, a little bit different lengths, different widths. The quality control was not there with any of the products I was getting. It just got ridiculous. And then I went through a couple other different suppliers and locations. I would have to buy my posts from one location. I started buying them by the truckload. And, that helped out because I was saving money. They could deliver straight to me, but the quality control was just awful. I'm not going to throw names on who those were. And the same thing with the boards. And it just got to be a pain. And a salesperson reached out to me on Facebook through Old South Wood Preserve and said, hey, nice fence, check out our products. And man, I'm glad that they reached out to me because their products are far superior. The uniformity on these boards, when you look at the same width, same thickness, it's all down to their quality control. They are doing regular maintenance on their machines. They are doing regular checks to make sure that they cut evenly, they cut correctly, that they are slinging out the exact same product, the exact same way, every time, all the time. And that goes a long way into me, the end contractor, the end user, being able to deliver a very nice looking, uniformed project, uniform fence to my customers. All right. And not just the uniformity on the size and thickness, but also the uniformity in the color. If you look at these fence boards now, you have some changes in color, like that one dark board down there. It's probably on top of the bundle of boards. That one probably just got a little dried out or was exposed to the weather a little bit. And you got, you know, some differences in color and the grains and stuff, but the boards all look the same. There's another one. That was definitely on top of the bundle. You can see the edge protector and then the strapping mark. So you can't really help that. But the uniformity in the color, you can see how well that their treatment process went into that wood. Everything looks the same. There's not different color variations. There's not a whole lot of changes. When you look down the fence, you really can't pick anything out that's really off or out of whack. So that goes a long way. Their 1x6 boards, a true 1 inch. It is a nice, thick, yellow pine board. It's not 3/4 of an inch. That is a full 1 inch thick. It is a full 6 inches in width, and most of the times they're like 6 1/4. They don't skimp you on any of the measurements. They don't pull that dimensional lumber trick and cut them down and, you know, wind up giving you a less than product. And then let's look at their posts. 5-inch milled perfect post, and shout out to old Fence Eastwood. He gave me the trick of cutting those post tops off a little tall and then routing the edges of them to where they smooth out real nice. It makes for a good looking fence. But it's a 5-inch milled perfect post. That was a hole that got wallered out a little bit. This ground is real dry when we drove them. But when they call them, you know, they call them their milled post. In the industry, we call them perfect posts, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, they truly are perfect. They mill them down to an exact dimension all the way down that post. And one thing that I kind of pay attention to, that I notice that is important when it comes to driving posts, you see the heart core of that log? It might be a hair bit off center, but it's pretty much centered up. They are milling these posts with the heart core of that post as just as absolutely centered up as they can get it. That one's a little bit off, but you know, that happens. That one's pretty much dead center. Dead center there. Huh. That's got a little bit of a funky spot on it. That one's a little bit off, but not too bad. There's another one that's dead center. It's uniformity and quality control. You can't beat that. Their material has completely changed my game with building fence, making my job easier. We all know, if you are a contractor, if you are somebody that builds for a living, works with lumber, does anything with your hands, the better the material you have, the easier your job is. And it's helped it on the front end for me when it comes down to getting good material, knowing that I have good material, and knowing what to expect out of the material. Takes a lot of the guesswork out of it, makes my job easier, makes the fence easier put together. And then on the back end, the product that I'm able to deliver to my customers is far and away a superior product than if I had used inferior materials. The fence looks better, it looks beefier, it looks stronger, it looks cleaner. Everything about it just jumps out at you. So, you know, if you're looking to build your own fence, if you're a fence builder yourself, I highly, highly suggest that before you do anything, before you get a plan going, reach out to the guys in Summertown, Tennessee at Old South Wood Preserving. They've got good material. They'll treat you right. You can't go wrong with it. It has greatly improved my business. It has greatly improved the quality of the product that I put out there. All around, they've made everything easier for me. And I am so thankful to have found them. Probably one of the best kept secrets in the fence business right now. Old South Wood Preserving, Summertown, Tennessee. Look them up. Y'all have a good day.